Gracias. Hello everybody. I'm here to talk about SAP innovation with purpose, diversity, and inclusion. I want to ask you for your help. I'm not used to talking in English. Actually, I signed for the presentation not knowing that it's going to be in English. So please be nice with me. This is how SAP is enabling the customers to improve society and economy and environment with technology. This is going to be my content, my agenda. First, I'm going to talk about the UN Sustainable Development Global Goals. Then I want to share with you the Bill McDermott letter. And then we are going to talk about SAP Next Gen and how SAP is making the difference to make these improvements, and what is SAP doing internally. And then we talk about business beyond bias and diversity and inclusion and so on. Let me talk about the UN Sustainable Development Goals. In 2030, in 2015, the United Nations and all the countries come together and set an ambitious plan in order to make the world sustainable for the future. And its core is resumed in 17 Sustainable Development Goals that actually resumes around 170 more detailed goals. And these goals are the universal goal of action to end with poverty, to protect the planet, to ensure that people enjoys peace and prosperity in all the world. I want to share with you this video. It is not showing the video. When the people present you the global goals, no se está viendo el video. ¿Cómo hago eso? Tiene audio, sí. It's the good thing that I have many presentations in order you understand what I'm telling you. No.
Extreme poverty.
The generation
most determined
to fight injustice and
qualities.
The generation that saves the planet.
I'm going to do this three times, so please.
We can be.
We must be the first generation
to end extreme poverty.
The generation
Most determined
to fight injustice
and inequalities.
The generation that saves the planet from climate change.
And this is how it will get done.
The global goals
a 15-year plan
For everyone, everywhere.
with no one left behind.
We will live in a world
where nobody
anywhere
lives in extreme poverty,
Where no one
Goes hungry.
where no one
wakes in the morning asking if there will be food today.
We will live in a world where no child has died.
diseases we know how to cure.
And where proper health care
is a lifelong right for us all.
We will live in a world where
Everyone goes to school
And education gives us the knowledge
and skills.
for a fulfilling life. We will live in a world where all girls and all women have equal opportunities to thrive and be powerful and safe.
We cannot succeed if half the world is
We will live in a world
where all people can get clean water
And proper toilets at home,
at school,
at work.
We will live in a world where there's sustainable
energy for everyone.
Heat,
Light.
and power for the whole planet.
without destroying the planet.
We will live in a world where economies prosper.
a new wealth
Leads to decent jobs.
For everyone.
And we will live in a world where our industry,
our infrastructure and our
best innovations.
Are not just used to make money, but to make all our lives better.
We will live in a world where prejudices and extremes of inequality
Are defeated
inside our countries.
in between different countries.
where people live in cities and communities
that are safe, progressive,
And support everyone who lives there.
where we replace
What we consume.
Planet where we put back.
What we take out of the earth.
We live in a world that is decisively rolling back from climate
change.
where we restore and protect the life in our oceans and seas. Where we restore and protect
life on land.
The forests,
Animals, the earth itself.
with peace between and inside countries.
where all governments are open.
and answer to us for what they do at home and abroad.
And the justice rules.
With everyone equal before the law.
Where all countries and we their people.
Work together
Partnerships of all kinds.
to make these goals a reality. These are the United Nations global goals.
For sustainable development.
Let's get to work.
How do you see this? The first time that I had this presentation, I not was so knowledge about how badly we were. I used to be a technical guy, has no care almost about anything else about technology. I don't used to talk, I don't used to give sessions, I was a very geek person. But when I have this presentation from Rosenberg, I got shocked. And he took me and he told me about how bad is the problem. If you can have a little time in making some research, there is, I don't know, for example, we are eating plastic and it seems that in 5 or 8 years it's going to be more plastic in the ocean than fishes. There are kids that are dying about disease that we already know how to cure it, but they don't have the access to that. There are people that dies of hunger. It's not a common issue for us, but that things happen. There are many people with different capabilities that they don't have access to anything that we have. So I think that we should do something, and I become involved with SAP NextGen, who is the division in SAP that is taking care of these things with Bill Murray. And I'm doing these presentations in all Latam to let the people know and get it involved in order to solve these problems. ¿Puedes ponerme la presentación? So as you see, there are 17 goals. Actually, the 17 goals resume around 117 more detailed goals, but Well, this is the Bill McDermott letter, and that is his vision to how SAP can help. And the SAP vision is to help to the world to run better and improve people's lives. SAP customers have made significant impact in such areas as chronic disease. As you know, many of you are from customers, so you can know much more of this, but about, I don't know, digital government and energy efficiency, like here, and so on. This presentation is going to show you how it's possible on modern innovation and applying all the technology that we know, like mobility, SAP Cloud Platform, big data, Internet of Things, machine learning, blockchain. You know all these names, and how we can use it to achieve these global goals. I mean, I know that because I usually see the faces of the CEOs and CEOs and that kind of levels that says, oh, come on, I'm not going to stop making money, but you can do money helping at the same time. I'm going to show you later. Well, this is the presentation from SAP NextGen. Is a purpose-driven innovation community empowered by SAP Leonardo and all SAP technologies. And I want to introduce you. I'm Rosenberg, the Senior Vice President and Head of Global NextGen. She's going to talk to you about the SAP NextGen and what they are doing. ¿Con cuál cambio? ¿Con este? Cambiar al video. Espera. No se hace. And this is how SAP is doing.
I'm super excited to show you the new innovation space here at Hudson Yard. The innovation place is all about innovation with purpose, and it's part of where you innovate with all different kind of exploration technologies. I represent what we call SAP NextGen, and this is really the next generation of solutions in the incredible SAP community. But it is important when you work with innovation that you look at purpose, and that's why we inspire you to team up with us and work on the global goals. But come with me and let us look at the innovation space. Oh wow, this is the welcome zone. Welcome to Paris. And we have an incredible coffee bar here, actually with the Brooklyn Roastery. Delicious coffee, delicious pastry. Here we have the iOS developer area. We inspire everybody to team up with us and build incredible enterprise apps. We need to focus on the post-PC world where we use devices to support us in any kind of enterprise situation. Here we have the SAP NextGen band, and not to forget, we actually have a 360 studio. It's all about getting the innovation story out, and we invite everybody who visits us to be part of this. This space here is an open innovation space where we're teaming up with incredible partners, and we hope to see you here also to team up with us. This is SAP XM. We have incredible installations here by SAP and by our partners. We have Pepper the robot here. Hi, Pepper, how are you doing today?
I feel like a parent.
So talk about Pepper. What is this whole setup here?
So this is about Pepper doing in-store recommendations, for example. So.
Of course.
Of course.
But let us go over here to the other side of the space here. So Ben, tell me about this. I talked about in the beginning when you walk into this space here, it's about innovation with purpose. And we have here the global goals.
The 17 UN global goals are a treaty or an agreement between 193 countries to drive better solutions for the future by 2030. And we want to have everybody have universal education by 2030. SAP is committed to this, and now with the SAP Digital Boardroom, we can measure this like never before to help not only drive better business, but a better world for everyone. That's the 17 UN Global Goals.
So in the space here, when we speak about innovation, we will also facilitate the conversation about purpose-driven innovation across the 17 global goals. We are now moving into the design thinking space, and here we have an incredible quote from Hazel Plattner: "Design thinking is a process and a mindset, don't wait, innovates." This space here will be a space where we will have the D School of New York, we will have the App House, we will have design partners like CIID, and I can see we have a small design thinking workshop going on over here. So tell me about the space here and talk about design thinking and what that means for SAP.
Hi, and welcome to the Design Thinking Space. Thank you, Anne. Yeah, we're just having a workshop here about designing the user experience of entering this space. And what's really important is, inspiring our customers, inspiring them to come up with new solutions that they hadn't even thought about before, and find out about problems that they didn't even know that they had. So, yeah, Anne, do you want to hit the gong here?
I'm going to stop the presentation there because it's very long, and I want to make a small resume. As you see, there were two people there. Is Sandra Morek. Sandra Morek is the director of the SAP NextGen. Ben Christensen is the manager, I think so. So I would like to make a few resume of how we do this. It's about design thinking, about create disruptive technology that transforms the world. And how do we do that? With design thinking. We innovate, we integrate, and we scale. We do this is like design thinking. We do the solution and the ideation. We find the real needs, because it's not always what they want, what they need. So we make the research, and we do these things in the SAP Leonardo Center, the place that Anne was present to you. Is the headquarters from SAP NextGen, but it's not the only one. And we have opened many ones in many universities around the world. I think that the last count was 300. So, and we do the prototyping. After that, we find the solution, and we do the integration and the business blueprint, all the things that you already know, no? And we prepare the business case, and we present to the right people. All this is with our technology, with Leonardo technology, or with even if it's in our cloud or not. We are doing many solutions like applications, and I don't know. There are many solutions. I'm going to show you something, but if anyone is interested, I have information for many solutions that they're already working in the real world. So that begins departmental, and then goes to the whole company. What else? This is some of the services of SAP NextGen. They give innovation tours in New York, or they can do it in your own SAP facilities in their countries, in the other countries. They already do boot camps, startups, matchmakers, advisors, and they also do consulting in proposed driving innovation. She does She Innovates program. Also, she does a project with the academia. And this is the innovation community. As you see, there are many people involved. There are universities, there are students, there are consultants, teachers, developers, young thinkers, governments, organizations, associations, that is the correct word, I don't know, and Silicon Valleys of the world. Everybody is involved because when the people know the information, they get involved and then go to their houses aside and make the research and get scared and become to the community. How the services are focused? Well, in the 32 industries that already SAP has, and with also with innovation methodologies, with the SNAP. We are teaching the kids in the schools to coding with the SNAP, and it is very lovely work because it's I don't know how to say it, so good to see the faces of the children when they understand and they do their first developments and they get involved and they actually want to make solutions that solve something. My son is doing an application in order to stop wasting the water when you open the water from to wash, yes, and then you know, not always comes hard, warm. So you need to let the water go until it comes warm. So they collect the water and they put it again in the warmer, el calentador. Yes. And with a sensor, it knows when it's already warm, and then the bubble opens and the water goes. And was so nice to see him and all the guys involved. So happy because they don't we are not wasting water. So things like that can make the difference. So if you sometimes have time to do that, you can do it making like David is doing now a Code Team or a Coder Kids project. You can also do these things in your own schools of your own child, so the people that you know, and make this happen also. If anyone is interested in doing something like that, I also can give you more information. And how these are delivered to the universities and to the companies with memberships of these clubs. There are clubs from industries, technologies, and methodology. These are the 32 industries of SAP. These are the methodologies of SAP and the technology. Each technology is involved. Drive innovation with purpose in your company. How we can do that? Well, we can do that with SAP in Action, but also there are consulting firms that are doing this kind of job for you. I'm working one in Mexico, but I think here has been a partner that can help you with that. And they give you training there, teach you about methodologies of design thinking or sci-fi thinking with purpose, and consulting in innovation, administration of innovation, creation of all an innovative culture. This is very important because when you do this work, the people come together and buy the idea and help you to do these things. And I don't know how they spread the word, and everybody is so involved that even gives their time and their knowledge. So it's very beautiful. And that is what memberships allows you to do, to participate in this club that I told you, conduct, this is very important, conduct research and exploration of technologies. Here is when the universities come. We have the SAP Innovation Labs in the universities around the world. And you can go there and ask to a team who can innovate with you in order to solve one of your company's problems. And I think that the main key of this success is that the students can be so surprisingly intelligent and involved, and I don't know. So they give you the most, I don't know, the most great ideas. So you also can have an interaction with the University Alliance and me now globally. If you want to get the people of around the world involved, maybe this is useful when you are in a company that is worldwide and you need to have the feedback from all the different cultures and the different language and that kind of stuff. So they also have industry scholarships. They also have premier talents. If you need that someone comes from New York, that even, I don't know, that even Sandra or someone of their team come to your company, that can be done. We are to help you as we can. This is how, in University Alliance, this is how teachers and students connect business and IT concepts with the reality, and the people not only read and know about the academia, I don't know, of ABAP or Fiori, whatever. They actually do work or developments that take place in the real world. So I think that is very meaningful for the students. These are some of our universities. Also, of course, I have the Tec de Monterrey from Mexico, but there are really around all the country. This is the woman who you can touch if you are interested in get involved with the University Alliance. This is the picture also. You can contact her. He's going to be so happy to answer your questions. And 5 minutos. Okay. We can do the difference in society, in economics, and the environment. We can do we can provide meaningful work. I don't know, peace and just society. I'm gonna send you this presentation in order if you want to read it, because in 5 minutes I don't have the time to do it, but I want to show you. This is one of the examples that I just told you. This is a solution that was made for a construction company and increased the 90% of the efficiency. And the really important number is that it has 0 accidents or injuries in 7 years. This is because they developed a 3D anti-collision software with sensors and IoT. It prevents and even stop the machine before hit someone or throw something or some kind of that. And they have a very beautiful dashboard. I don't know, this is cool. This also school is a solution with design thinking and a co-innovation center with an university in order to make a screen cancer process more agile and more accessible for the people from, well, was in Kenya the first one, there now is used in many other places, and it seems that it's helping or saving the women's lives. And the environment, I don't know, this is from Siemens. He just built a performance management co-pilot to save energy and to reduce cost and improve the performance of the buildings in order to stop waste. Let me talk you about why diversity and innovation matters. An employee engagement, about the employee engagement, a bias-free work break motivates and attracts and helps to retain the employees because they feel more comfortable. The diversity also helps us to innovation because the people that are different, thinks different, and they show up with very different solutions, and the team was enriched very much. The companies, about the companies, pues almost the consumers and the company must relate us more often with increased diversity and more and with an increased diversity word. These are some of the numbers of SAP. I mean, internally, we have this the certificate of economic vendors of gender equality. We have the percentage of women in 2050, and in North America it's also almost reached 30%. We are committed to have the 1% of the this is in Spanish. Sorry, the 1% of the workings in the spectrum autist. I don't know if you have been involved some time in working with autist people, but this is amazing. It's like they, I don't know, they see the things in another completely perspective, and that gives you a very huge picture, and it's like you always were seeing it like this, and they took you to see this and to see this, and you haven't ever noticed that were there before. About environment, we have reduced our CO2 emissions. We use 100 reusable energy, that kind of stuff. In about society, we have Skills for Africa. We have all these numbers achieved about young professionals training, about these people get hired. But as there is something I want to share before we go. There are people with different capacities. I don't want to call it in a different way, but they don't have the lucky of us. I don't know, in this country I see more facilities, but in Latam there are not. Do you know that the 70% of the people don't have access to study. The 41% doesn't work at all, and the 70 who's working are unemployment. The 25% does not have access to hospitals or Medicare because they don't have work, and their parents' healthcare doesn't cover them, and 13% of their families, they will prefer not to live with them because it's expensive, it's exhausting, and in their jobs, they have the problem that they can take hours to take care of them or to take to the therapy and that kind of stuff. Minimum 70% of these people doesn't receive any help, and the buildings are not they don't have the adjustment for accessibility. But this is the most diverse, interesting slide, because as I told you, it's not only a thing that we should do because it's the right thing to do, it's also a business. Highly inclusive organizations generates 2.3 more cash flow per employee. It generates 1.4 more revenue, and rates the company rates themselves 170 better at innovation. So we all have unconscious bias. It doesn't make us bad, it makes us human, but we have to work on it. When you see something that don't like it, it's because you have to work on that. Leveraging technology, you can reduce bias and enable your work to run better. Let's make a difference. This is an important one. I want to invite you in order to come and join us to this community and help me to become innovation with purpose and new normality. We can join us as a SAP NextGen, and SAP partners. We invite you to define disruptive and high-tech solutions to accelerate the achievement of the human goals. I want to ask you to close your eyes and remember when you were a child and we want to save the world, and become that guy again and use your innovation superpowers to save the world. Just pick one, anyone, anyone that you want, and you can take part in the change. We can start with many small things like, please not waste food, no waste water, no waste electricity. Learn to consume more differently, prefer returnable or recyclable containers. We have a real problem with plastic, and everybody is using plastic for bottles, for taking water. You can have your, I don't know, container and bring it to you, and I don't know, we can promote gender equality in your own place. You can, and it's so easy. It's like I don't know, the key word is love and respect everyone, even everywhere, even if they look different like you. Work decently, work honestly, be more honorable, defend the people who are being trained unfair, report bullying, and guide and teach young people. That is very touchful. And what can we do as a companies? We can imagine about security. You can imagine many things. I don't know, this is my imagination. You can imagine that your security or your friend's security has not to depend wherever they live. that could be great, no? And it can be solved with machine learning connected to some cameras and connected to the police department, and nothing happens to anyone. Or we can find new ways to have clean water and clean water and not waste a single drop. Without all sensors, like I told you, and with machine learning, we can recycle and all the garbage automatically, or we can we take care of others with we don't use with, solutions like retail, with blockchains or with data intelligence to reach everybody everywhere. Everything in a fair, in a sustainable way. Well, here is my invitation. Please partner with us and make a sustainable world development come true. Join us, put your company name logo here, put your name here, your university, and we are doing something. Do you? I'm gonna let you with these questions, and it was so nice to have you.